Hello and welcome back. Today we're working on a 15-inch Macbook Pro A1990 that does this. When you flip the screen, and it does turn on, because it does turn on, all you can see, all you can see is this. And since it does change when you open and close the lid, I'm guessing that it's something stuck in between here, as usually. I thought that these models didn't have this problem this much, but clearly they have begun as well. So let's disassemble this, get the screen on our bench so that we can start working on it and see if we can actually fix it. Now that the screen is out of the chassis, we can go ahead and remove the bezel that says MacBook Pro. As we've done quite a few times again and before, we will use some tape to get the T-con and the plastic covers here out of the way. At least that's my preferred way of doing this. So just stick it like so. I mean, you can already see what's happening in here. Let's hope it's not a big of a damaged area so that we can fix it, and we can fix it for good. Now, plastic spudge or spudger or prying tool. 160 degrees Celsius on the hot air. We begin by lifting our multimeter off the hot air gun. So we begin by lifting here on the corner. Like this. And then we start heating the bezel and gently prying our way to the other side. No need to rush. I keep saying, you guys, you don't need to rush, because this will break more often than not. I see some people putting razor blades and sharp objects in there. I don't know how you do that, but kudos to you. I always prefer being safe than being fast. Nobody's rushing me. I'm just going around like this and lifting gently. You don't need to go all the way in. We just need to get the adhesive on the top side of the bezel. And then I will show you how to take it off. Be extra careful here in the middle, you see? I told you, more often than not it will break. We will replace that, don't worry. And I'm not even all the way in, if you can see. My plastic prying tool is just the corner side, or in one spot. It will most probably break more than once. And now that it's broken, we don't really care how we take it out. But since this is an educational repair, I would have taken it out like so. Just put it in so that the adhesive gets removed. And now we can just pull it away. And we need to remove this little thingy here, which is held in place by 6 screws. The hint here was that the side of the vertical line that shows on the screen is definitive on as to which flex is damaged. So we had the vertical line was here, not the purple ones. There was a black and white stripe here. So I'm guessing most probably this might be both, but this flex is damaged for sure. And this one. Okay, now I need to remove this little plastic cover here. And let's take this under the microscope because we're gonna need it. Let me show you what it looks like under here. All sorts of stuff here. Hair, nails, dust, obviously. And there's our little pimple. And there it is. So after we clean the flex on the lower side, see it has been dented quite a bit here. I'm pretty sure the flex is damaged. So we need to clean this up, and we are going to use some isopropyl alcohol. There's a little bit of a damaged area on this flex as well, but I think this is worse. And since I told you that depending on the side it actually shows the lines, which was this one, I'm guessing we should focus on that flex cable. Now I'm gonna take a new razor. Let's go ahead and put this under the microscope. Another tip here is that when you do locate the pimple, don't scrape too much because you don't want a big wire running through this. And since I don't know if you can see this, but I will get it in focus just as there's a cut here. So we're just gonna scrape just a tiny bit on top and just a tiny bit on the bottom. Just like that. Get some flux in there. A bit much flux, but it's fine. Now just tint it like this. And just for reference, I'm going to take this out of the way. That's how big of a scrape I did there, because it might be not you might not be able to tell under the microscope. Okay. A bit more flux because I scraped it off. Now let's get some wire here. I'm just going to wrap this around itself. And let's bend the wire so that it serves us. And just as soon as you get a hold of one side, use your razor to cut it. And on this side. And now just hold it in place. Let's see if I can get this in focus. Can you see? Yes, you can see. Hold it down and press gently with your soldering iron. Things like that might happen, don't worry. Everything is under control. If you want to be a perfectionist, cut gently the excessive wire. We don't need this, and we don't need this side as well. And there's a good way you can actually test this if it's soldered well and in place. You can get a Q-tip with some, well, I use flux off, but you can use isopropyl alcohol or whatever it is you use to get flux off. And you can just brush this away. Not moving, not going anywhere. By doing this, you can actually tell if it's being held in place with flux or with solder. There it is. There's our little wire. And if we push it around, won't budge, won't go anywhere. So let's bring the rest of the laptop here. Let me just connect the screen only with 2 screws so that we can just simply test it and see if it has stopped doing that thingy with the lines. And then we can go ahead and mask our little wire, replace the LCD bezel that we broke, and move along with the rest of the assembly. Assembling. Okay, screen connected. It should show the Apple logo and not the purple lines. There you go. There you have it. I hope you learned something, and I'll catch you on the next one. Take care.